Episode 1: The Hidden Base. It was so cold that even Ethan Harrow's best winter boots couldn't keep his feet warm. The wind sliced across his face like thin blades of ice, and every step sank into the snow almost to his shins. This was supposed to be a short walk, one of those routines he did to clear his mind. But on that day, Alaska decided to reveal a secret no one was meant to discover. Snow began falling harder when Ethan was nearly 3 kilometers away from his cabin. He knew this region like the palm of his hand, or at least he thought he did. White swallowed everything. The horizon vanished, and before he realized it, Ethan no longer recognized the way home. The wind picked up. The temperature plummeted. The air stung his throat like sandpaper. Ethan stopped and exhaled a trembling breath. "Damn, I'm lost." He tried to follow the direction of the wind like he usually did, but something felt wrong. The air carried a strange metallic smell, artificial, synthetic, not the clean, frozen purity of the Alaskan wilderness. Then the ground vibrated beneath his boots, a deep, mechanical hum, like the earth itself was breathing. Ethan took a few more steps, and the ground disappeared. He dropped nearly 3 meters into a metal tunnel buried under the snow, perfectly camouflaged. The fall knocked the air out of his lungs. Before he could stand up, bright lights snapped on overhead, revealing the corridor. What the hell is this? 2 armed men appeared instantly, black masks, uniforms that didn't look like anything from the regular military. "Target located. Unregistered civilian. Take him to room 3. Ethan didn't even have time to raise his hands. A tranquilizer dart hit his neck, and everything went dark. The awakening, he woke up inside a sterile metallic room, bathed in cold fluorescent light. His wrists were restrained. A massive glass window separated him from several scientists analyzing him, writing notes, observing his every movement. One man stepped forward, tall, rigid posture, eyes as cold as the room itself. "Good morning, Mr. Harrow. Welcome to Project OSMOSE." Ethan tried to move. "Project what? Where am I?" The man didn't flinch. "My name is Dr. Calder Sloan, and you are our perfect candidate." Ethan's heart pounded in his chest. Sloan continued, "You live alone, no close family nearby, no recent medical records, physically stable, statistically ideal for the final phase of our research." Ethan swallowed hard. Then Sloan showed him a chamber through the glass wall. Inside it, a clone, an identical version of Ethan, younger, healthier, without injuries or scars. A perfect replica of a younger Ethan, lying motionless inside a biopod. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. Sloan's voice echoed through the room. "Humanity has reached a point where death is optional. Your consciousness, your memories, your essence will be transferred. Your original body will be preserved while your brain remains active. Your clone will be your new vessel." Ethan shook his head violently. "No, you can't do this." But his screams meant nothing inside that frozen prison. Ethan was sedated again. His body was placed into a cryogenic chamber. His brain still active, preserved by an organic network of cables and fluids. He floated in a cold, silent darkness, conscious but helpless. Then something pulled him. Light, warmth, a pressure inside his mind. And suddenly he opened his eyes, but they weren't his original eyes. They were new. He was inside the clone. He looked to his right and froze. Through the glass wall, he saw his original body, breathing softly inside the cryogenic chamber. Ethan screamed, "What did you do to me?" But only his echo answered him. The first thing Ethan noticed in his new body was the silence. Not the silence of the room, a silence inside him. Every movement felt slightly delayed, His heartbeat sounded too perfect, too symmetrical. His breathing didn't feel like his own. Then, a voice inside his mind. "You're not alone in here." Ethan froze, his entire chest tightened. "Who said that?" the voice answered. "I was here before you. I am the body." The clone had fragments of its own consciousness. Dr. Mara's secret. The days that followed were a blur of tests, scans, reflex exercises, dominance trials, and neurological calibrations. Ethan felt trapped in a body that wasn't fully his. Until one scientist, a woman with tied hair and tired eyes, approached him discreetly. "My name is Dr. Mara Ellington, and you need to hear the truth." She showed him classified files, hidden recordings, unauthorized reports. The real purpose of Project OSMOSIS wasn't saving lives. It was immortality for the elite, generals, politicians, agents of intelligence, people who wanted to live forever. Ethan wasn't chosen for compassion. He was chosen because nobody would miss him. Then she said something that made Ethan's blood freeze. "Your clone wasn't supposed to have its own thoughts, but it does, which means you are sharing this body with a second consciousness." Ethan felt a surge of panic, and the voice returned, "I'm not leaving. This is my body too." The escape plan. Dr. Mara warned Ethan that Sloan planned to disconnect his original body, killing it to force Ethan into the clone permanently. "Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'll disable security. You'll have one chance to escape. After that, they'll activate the military clones to hunt you." Ethan nodded, terrified. For the first time, the clone's voice sounded afraid. "If he kills your original body, he kills me too." The escape at 2 o'clock sharp. Alarms glitched, lights flickered, electronic locks disengaged. Ethan ran barefoot through the icy halls. Guards shouted behind him, "Escapee on the lower level!" He rushed into the cryogenic chamber. His original body floated inside the frost-covered pod. Sloan entered the room. "Return to your bed, Ethan. That body is no longer yours." Ethan bolted, dodging a blast of electric discharge. He slipped into a maintenance tunnel and climbed through a hatch. He burst out into the freezing Alaskan night. Snow burned his skin, but he was free. Behind him, drones launched into the sky like metallic hornets. He was being hunted. Ethan sprinted through the forest, the snow crunching beneath his feet. Drones hovered overhead, scanning everything with cold blue light. The voice in his head guided him. "Left, now!" An energy blast exploded beside him. He dove behind rocks, lungs burning. Inside an abandoned cabin, Ethan found an old emergency phone. With trembling fingers, he called the only person he could think of, his daughter, Emily, in New York. She picked up. "Hello?" Ethan whispered. "Emily, it's your dad." A long silence. "Dad?" No, your voice. Who is this?" He told her something only she would remember. The time she cut her knee at the lake, and he carried her barefoot all the way to the hospital. She broke down, crying, "Dad, what happened to you?" "I don't have time. They're coming for me." Before he could explain, the cabin door blasted open. Ethan jumped out the window and ran deeper into the woods. The world learns the truth. A group of dissident scientists found Ethan and rescued him. They had abandoned the project years ago after realizing its true purpose. They helped him record a video exposing the entire operation, the clones, the mind transfers, the immortality of the elite, the plan to replace soldiers and leaders with enhanced versions of themselves. The video spread like wildfire. Sloan panicked. The reversion protocol. Using the last connection between Ethan's clone and his original body, Sloan activated a forbidden command. Reversion protocol. Ethan fell to the floor, hands shaking, vision blurring. The clone's consciousness screamed, "He's trying to erase us!" Ethan's body spasmed violently. The dissident scientists shouted, "If your original body dies, your mind collapses in both bodies." Ethan made one final decision. "I'm going back to the base." The return. He fought his way through the underground tunnels, guided by the clone's voice, dodging drones, escaping gunfire, breaking into restricted sectors. Then he found it, the cryogenic chamber. His original body, destroyed, glass shattered, cables ripped out, dead. Ethan collapsed, devastated. Sloane stood behind him. "You belong to me now, Ethan. You and that unstable clone." But before Sloane could finish, Dr. Mara shot him with a neural disruptor. She grabbed Ethan's arm. "Come, there's one last chance." The final secret. She led him into a hidden laboratory. Inside, a second clone. Perfect, enhanced, stronger, more stable, and with no consciousness of its own. "I made this in secret, a vessel designed only for you. If you want to survive, you must transfer one last time." Ethan hesitated. The voice inside whispered, "If you leave this body, I cease to exist." Ethan closed his eyes. "Thank you for helping me survive." He stepped into the transfer chamber. Lights flared, machines roared. A flash of energy engulfed him. Silence. Then a single phrase from the speakers, "Transfer complete."